Alright guys, let's go ahead and show off the brand new Lightsworn. And what's funny is this guy over here, at first I was like, dude, what is he doing playing Buster Blader in 2023? Hold on. This guy is so cheeky. He's playing Rebirth Judgment, and if you guys don't know what that does, it leads to lots of potential one-shots, especially since everyone is playing Lightsworn now. You can actually make 6 negates / disruptions in Lightsworn pretty consistently now with one of the new support like trap cards, but it's mostly making Bow of the Goddess and then having maybe Boral, or any little combination of like SP Knight. You're going to get enough negations to basically make it so your opponent cannot Yugioh. So what allows this shenanigans to go on? There's a lot of different combos. Obviously, going for this card is pretty insane. Being able to just dunk into the graveyard whatever you need, and then you can go for the Punishment Dragon, which actually has a pretty good way to disrupt your opponent, resetting some of the stuff. So this on its own is a disruption. We have Appaloosa with 3 negations, so this is 4, and then, well, it's negate / disruptions, right? And then we have Lightsworn Aegis. This card is also going to be a disruption over here. It lets you negate monster effects up to the number of Lightsworn monsters you control. You're always going to have this Minerva. You can actually go for double Minerva pretty consistently in this. And then on top of that, if this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, you get to set this card. So this is like a really easy, consistent way to get another like bonus negate that Lightsworn never really had. Like Lightsworn doesn't really have too many negates / disruptions, and then this card obviously acts as another. So we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's like our little setup here. This guy, he tries to bust out the Buster Blader, but SP Knight is going to say, no, sorry, not today, sir. And I was actually kind of rooting. I know this isn't like meta, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious that someone out there is actually playing this. And it's probably just, I mean, his name is the Meta Hunter. And legitimately for the past like a few hours, I was just kind of scanning around, seeing what people are playing. I have a lot of different variety of Lightsworn gameplay to share with you guys. It is just flooded right now. Everyone is playing it because it's good. You can run so many different versions of the deck, and I think that that's what makes this deck super popular, is because you can take a lot of your favorite like archetypes, kind of slam in a bunch of Lightsworns, run a 60 card deck, and just go for some crazy Yu-Gi-Oh plays. Now, it is pretty busted in the fact that like you can go through like 30-40 cards in one turn, and I think that that just shows you where Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten in terms of like a game. Like it's gotten to the point where like if you don't go through that many cards in Lightsworn, well, you're not going to be able to pop off because you need all this extra advantage. And the new archetype does let you do that with some of the newer support. So I'll kind of explain some of the cards here as it's kind of fast. So the little baby Judgment Dragon over here is actually pretty insane. If you just have a Lightsworn monster in grave, you can just special summon this card from your hand. So it's a really easy summon condition. And then if this card is special summoned, you get to dunk, you get to send any Lightsworn card from your deck to the graveyard. So you basically get a foolish and a free special summon, except for itself. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can just literally search either the new Judgment Dragon, like the new Punishment Dragon. Well, it's like it's not like a super new card, but it's the one that like no one ever played because it was garbage, right? But now it's actually pretty good because it has some combos, because it can go into a brand new fusion. So the little baby Judgment Dragon is like so incredibly good. And then on top of that, the other newer card here, just to go over the effects so this video kind of completes itself. I know in the first replay I kind of just let it go off, but this is important to kind of explain why the new Lightsworn is so good. So Waste over here is a new tuner and is also level 4. So you get to place one Lightsworn card, not just monster, because it works within the newer other support, but you're going to place a Lightsworn card from your hand on the top of the deck. So any of the wolves that you draw, Felice, you get to go place it on the top, and then you get to special summon it, and then you get to mill the top too. So basically, you're guaranteed usually at least one good effect because you stacked it. Then the other one is random. But at the end of the day, it allows Lightsworn to actually continuously go off. But if this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, which is the Lightsworn effects, you get to target any Lightsworn monster in the graveyard and resummon it. So that is actually a really good effect because you can set up plays like Lumina, go into the new Synchro, and then have the other target that you would want to bring back with that effect. So he's going to activate Cosmic Cyclone, going and getting rid of the Draco back. That's going to go ahead and get stopped. Doesn't really matter over here though. So Raiden is going to activate its effect, going to Dunk 2, and then we have Lumina activating her effect. Then we're going to see Minerva come out. She's going to go ahead and mill 4, gets a free wolf. Then Minerva has that ability to actually pop some cards. Potentially, it's a pretty decent effect, but usually that will get stopped. But it doesn't really matter because even if this card goes away, you get to start milling even more cards. But now we're seeing Chaos Angel, and like it's crazy. Now it's looking like it's not even Lightsworn at this point. Now we're gonna see JD come out. Bigfoot's gonna activate its effect, getting rid of the Scareclaw card. Little Knight's gonna go Get rid of another card. And then we have the brand new Enlightenment Dragon. So to actually explain really quickly, because you're about to see the effect. So to get this card out, it requires Judgment Dragon and Punishment Dragon. But you only need one on the field and one in the graveyard. So one field, one graveyard. So it's a pretty easy summon condition, considering you could just also use them as material for whatever like stuff that you're going for after maybe activating the effect. So this card requires you to pay 2,000. You banish all other cards in the field and the graveyards as a quick effect. That's pretty insane, right? And then once per during your end phase, you send the top 4 to the graveyard. And then if this card, its owner's possession is destroyed, you get to add each of your banished Judgment Dragon and Punishment Dragon to your hand, and then you can just special summon both of them. So if this card goes away, you actually get to bring out double boss monsters, and that's where this deck is out of control in terms of like the power that they've given Lightsworn. And it's kind of random out of like nowhere to see Lightsworn get the support, but that's why everyone is playing. Every single person right now is pretty much playing this deck. Like I've tried to get non-mirror matches to share with you guys, and a lot of different variety of the decks here. So we're gonna go ahead and see now SP Little Knight. That card is just so incredibly good. But look at this board over here. He had like one Lightsworn. I guess he had the Enlightenment over here, but he's gonna go pay for that effect, and pretty much at that instance, that's gonna be GG. Now he's gonna go and banish all of them, and the guy's got a not the greatest of boards here. So he's gonna go activate the Dangerous Snake Boy, and then go right into it. Little Knight, attack again. It's kind of hard to compete with Enlightenment Dragon because now it's like kind of reactive over here. And then he gets a free Felice and a free Wolf, so he can go right into something else again. Unless, of course, he just banishes them all anyway. So now he's just going to constantly just say no to all of his cards. And the other guy's just going to have to GG pretty much at this point. I mean, you can try, but he's still got this effect. This effect is pretty nasty, though. It's just like, you do whatever. Okay, I'm just getting rid of everything. And then he's just going to have to surrender. So, yeah, everyone is playing this deck right now. I'll go ahead and show you guys another game over here. So this one is up against... well, the last one we saw was kind of like a mix-up. There was some dangers in there, but you can even play, this guy's even playing Solemn. I think it was kind of interesting to see Solemn in here, and you'll see it does kind of work, but nonetheless, most of the time, if you just play the brand new Lightsworn card, it kind of gets the job done. I mean, yeah, I guess you could prevent maybe a Regeki or something, or a Dark Hole, which, no joke, sometimes could actually hurt this, because you would have, like, the negate monster effects. But nonetheless, it doesn't even matter. I mean, just watch what some of the boards can actually do in here. I actually have so many more replays. But again, I want to show you guys some different varieties. And this one is a Tiara Elements variant of the deck. So you can see what it can make turn 1. Again, you can pretty consistently throw out, I'd say, 4 negates. But getting to 6 negates is quite difficult. Now, you get 6 negations / disruptions. That's not even that big of a deal in this deck. It depends what you want to go for. Again, you see Solemn. He's got the Tiara Elements over here. So we got a disruption here. This could kind of go into something else. So we have enough to make sure that the opponent is not going to be playing Yugioh. And look at this. This doesn't even look like Lightsworn minus the Athena over here. But yeah, this card is really good. It just lets you set up your graveyard because you're able to dump 2 more monsters. And again, you could, depending on what you're setting up for, because it has to be different types. So you can either dunk a Felice or a Wolf and then guarantee get yourself. Now, let me double check and see. Okay, so that's a Beast Warrior. Do we have Felice over here? All right, well, we'll check it out in a second over here because it does have to requirement of different types from your deck to the graveyard. So I believe is Fleece like a beast or a beast word? It's not even in this one over here. But like if you can dunk 2 of those, and you can even dump the other card. He just lost connection. Coincidence here. But I'll go into the deck profile for you guys for some of this. So yeah, this one is a Beast Warrior, and this one's also Beast Warrior. So what you could do, in theory, if you already have the setup of Felice in the grave, what you could do is just go for Waste, throw in Weiss into the graveyard, and then this lets you special summon another one. So in theory, you could still use the effect of Minerva because this one is a Fiend, and it's also a tuner. So it lets you go for the brand new Synchro stuff quite easy. You could just use Minerva and then dump specifically, again, Weiss plus Wolf or Felice, whatever other one that you don't have, right? Get waste effects, and then you have double level 4s, and then you can make double Minervas. And then with the double Minerva plays, I mean, you're able to send quite a decent amount to the graveyard, and hopefully by then you're set up to actually win the game. So anyways, let me give you guys the deck profiles from some of the ones that you guys did see over here. I'm going to mouse over them kind of quick, but if you want to just download it via the Discord. This is the new card I was talking about, though, where you just get to place one. This one just lets you add a Judgment Dragon from your this one's punishment, so it doesn't even count. So I guess he only has one searchable target. Okay, I don't know about playing that card. Maybe he thought it was the newer card, but there's another newer card for Lightsworn. It is a trap card. This is the new one, the Aegis. So it's Lightsworn Aegis. This lets you negate up to the amount of Lightsworn monster you control, and then with the Minerva plus the other one, you can easily negate 2 right there with that. And then on top of that, I believe this one just lets you send it's just Lightsworn monsters with different names. I believe there's one that lets you use, this one's a monster graveyard. But yeah, this card over here is super, super good. Letting you search out JD is pretty dang insane. And this one lets you send any Lightsworn card. So you could, in theory, send this, but then you'd have to stack it from the graveyard on top of the deck. But nonetheless, yeah, I'll mouse over the cards real quick in case you guys want to download it. It'll also be there in the Discord, but shoutouts to GR, and then this one's player over here for his Cash Hero variant. I won't make this video too long. I know we have so many different other videos. This one I'll share with you guys maybe later, which is using King of the Swamp build, but this one over here was the other one that you guys did see. This one was using a little bit more of the synchros, but this wasn't like the first gameplay over here where we had a bunch of disruption. This guy, the other guy playing Buster Blade, I was actually hoping that he would win. I know it's not the most meta of things, but if you use Rebirth, like, I like seeing when people like troll around because everyone is playing a certain deck. But like, if you run Rebirth with Buster Blade and you convert everything to Dragon, yeah, you can one shot. It's funny. We'll eventually get gameplay of that. I think that's funny because literally every single person right now, if you go browse, everyone's playing this deck now. It's because it's cool, and again, you can mix and match it with like so many different things. You can play. I've seen Dark World Lightsworn's kind of weird, but yeah, you can mix it in with Dangers, you can mix it in with the Kashtira. There are so many things you can do. You can probably mix it in with plants. You can mix it in with so many things, and it'll just be good just because like the mill is very powerful Lightsworn. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. If you guys want to see more videos, or let me know your thoughts on the brand new Lightsworn, but subscribe, turn the bell if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.